Yo, what is going on, people? Thank you for tuning into my video. Welcome, guys. Yo, if you haven't did so yet, please subscribe to the channel as well. Hit that notification button, man. You know what I'm saying? So you'll know when I put up another video. You know what I mean? So, man, it's been a crazy week, guys. I mean, it's been really crazy, man. This past week, from Shannon Sharp to now Kanye West is on some craziness, man. And today, man, I want to talk about Kanye West, man. You know, been a big fan of Kanye West for a long time. Early on in his career, his earlier material I'm a big fan of. You know what I'm saying? From college dropout to graduation. Kanye has put out a lot of really good projects, you know what I'm saying? And he has produced a lot of really good a lot of good music, man. Like, nobody cannot deny that Kanye West is very talented. Not just in music, but in fashion and all the other endeavors that he's had his hands in, man. From the Yeezys to, you know what I'm saying, Red Octobers, and so on and so forth. I mean, Kanye West at one point in time was a trendsetter. Trendsetter. I mean, this guy, starting his roots out from, Chicago and, going all the way up to the mountaintop and reaching the highest of the highs in entertainment and fashion, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you cannot deny Kanye West's talent, man. Now, with that being said, Kanye West has some issues, man. We all know this. Like, it's allegedly that he's bipolar. That could be a possibility. And, I'm not here to bash him, really, you know what I'm saying? Because in my life, I have dealt with family members who dealt with depression, including myself. And my mom, she was bipolar, and she dealt with depression. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, you know what I mean? She dealt with depression, and she's dealt with also schizophrenia and a little bit of bipolar too as well. So we have to talk about the importance of taking care of your mental health. We're going to talk about Kanye West and his last rant about his cousin, you know what I'm saying? But I think we need to really touch on the importance of mental health, man. Mental health over everything in life that you think is important. A lot of people think things are important, like clothes and cars and obtaining houses and having lots of money in the bank. To a lot of people, that's important. That gives them a sense of status. And what a lot of people today, material things are important, but what a lot of people skip over, even people who have billions of dollars, rich people, what a lot of people skip over is their mental health. You know what I'm saying? Their mental health, which is very important to protect your mental health. And it doesn't matter how much money you make, how many cars you have, how many houses you have, how many women you mess with, or if you're a woman, how many men you mess with on the side, or whatever your sexual preference is. It doesn't matter. If you don't take care of your mental health, none of that stuff matters, man. Your mental health and your overall health is the most important thing in this world. You dig what I'm saying? And I want to talk to the youth too as well. Your overall health is the richest. Not Bugattis, not having lots of money in the bank. Do we want these things? Sure, so we can live a more comfortable life to where we're not struggling. For the people that are out there struggling, but your overall health, the overall things that are important are your mental health and your overall health. These are the things that are the true wealths of life. And for Kanye West, these are the things that he has never fixed. And it's sad, man. It's really sad to see someone who was at the top of the mountain. Now, I don't know how he got to the top of the mountain. And, in some of his songs, he talks about, allegedly sacrificing his moms. I don't know that. I wasn't there, but I'm just going by what I hear in his songs. And he talks about selling his soul to the devil, allegedly, in his songs. I don't know that. I wasn't there. I'm just going by what he said. So, you got to ask yourself, these things that he talk about in his songs could be the reason why he is constantly lashing out at himself a lot of times and saying a lot of crazy things in the eyes of the public. Now, with this new outburst, Kanye West has had tons of outbursts. I was talking to my wife not too long ago, about a few hours ago, about Kanye West. And I was telling her, like, yo, bro is talented. He is very intelligent. He is very talented, but he has mental problems, man. Which a lot of Americans do, but they never fix them. A lot of Americans walking around here right now, people in America are suffering from mental issues. And Kanye West is no different from the average person. He bleeds like the average person. He has emotions like the average person. Just because someone's in the spotlight and they have supposedly a billion dollars, which a lot of these numbers with these entertainers and athletes and stuff like that, these are inflated numbers. These people don't really have money like that. And that's why, you see them, a lot of times they go broke. It's not really, a lot of times it's not that they went broke. It's just that they weren't getting money like that. That's all a facade, man. These people are not making money like that. You know what I'm saying? These people are not getting money like that. They're not. They have handlers, you know what I'm saying, that can control their finances, tell them what to do, you know what I'm saying, tell them who to marry in the eyes of the spotlight to, control the masses, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these fixed relationships, like, marriages and entertainment and relationships. A lot of these things be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have handlers that tell them what to do, tell them who to date, this, that, and the third. Shannon Sharp, same thing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people are dealing with some deep-rooted issues that they never fix. Kanye West is another one. Shannon Sharp is another one. I think these guys are in the closet. You know what I'm saying? These guys are in the closet, and they need to come out and be who they are, because that is accepted today. You know what I'm saying? We live in a day and age to where, being in the closet, you know what I'm saying? If you're part of the rainbow community, then you need to come out and be who you are, man, and stop fighting it. Shannon Sharp as well. Allegedly, he's, part of the rainbow community as well. But you need to come out and just let yourself be free. If that is what is causing the constant outbursts, you know what I'm saying? in the spotlight, in the public. I think a lot of that, I think part of that has to do with Kanye West and how he acts, is because he's not being honest with himself, along with Shannon Sharpe as well. They're not being honest with themselves, and they need to be honest with themselves. And also, too, I think these guys are dealing with a lot of mental issues that stem back from their childhood. Like, you don't know what the heck people go through in their childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't walk in another person's shoes. I'm not here to judge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to bash anybody. I think that the situation with Shannon Sharpe, it don't make no sense to me, because I made a video on that too as well. But it's like, bro, you just fumbled the bag, and just like, if you got some mental rooted deep issues, you're not like a lot of people that is struggling out here. Go get some help. You dig what I'm saying? But you can't be that gullible to put yourself in a position to where you're winning, bro. You're winning. And people like myself that see people like Shannon Sharpe and Kanye West that are put into positions to where they can create not create generational wealth, but they're already in a position to have generational wealth, and they are fumbling the bags left or right. Again, mental health is very important, and being honest with yourself is it's important too as well, man. Be who you are, man. We live in a different day and time where you can be who you are. If you're a part of the rainbow community, then you need to let yourself free. But mental health is very, very important to take care of, guys. Don't let your mental go. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your mental go to the point of no return. And I think that's where Shannon Sharpe is heading, and I think that's where Kanye West is heading. Their mental health is going to the point of no return, because once you get to a certain point with your mental health degrading and deteriorating, that's what I really meant to say, deteriorating your mental health. I seen it with my mom's, you know what I'm saying? When her mental health started to go downward towards as she got older, you know what I mean? You know, the end result was she was no longer here, not from the mental health, but I think some of that had to do with it. But my mom's, she passed away from breast cancer, man, back in 2005. So, but she dealt with mental health, man, all through my life. Like, what I'm saying, growing up, when she dealt with it, she was a great mother, but she could have been an even better person for herself if she dealt with mental health properly and consistently. She tried to, get on medication. We talked about that, the late 80s, early 90s, where, if somebody had a mental issue or something like that, that was looked upon as being just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of how like people look at Kanye West. At times I even say, man, what the hell is wrong with Kanye West? But again, I have to check myself and understand that Kanye West is dealing with some mental issues. You know what I'm saying? And what you see today is not the Kanye West of yesteryears, because his mental health is deteriorating. And possibly could there be allegedly drug abuse along with it to help cope with the mental issues? Possibly. You know what I'm saying? Possibly. But again, people don't know. When you get in that upper echelon of fame and you supposedly are a billionaire, and you know what I'm saying, you constantly in the spotlight of the public. People don't know what the heck people got to do to get to that level, man. Like, people have no clue what are people doing to get that type of fame and fortune. There's a lot of soul selling going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of sacrifices going on, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of devious things that goes against their moral code that people are doing. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff going on in that upper echelon of entertainment, sports, movies. You know, a lot of your famous, a lot of your favorite and famous actors and you know, rappers and singers of all genres are doing some things a lot of times that go against their moral code. You know what I'm saying? And they're struggling with it. They're struggling with it because deep down inside, that's not them. But they have sold out to reach the fame and the fortune and you know, lost a lot of close family members, you know, through sacrifices, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Jennifer Hudson is another one. Jennifer Hudson. These people, a lot of these people are all about themselves, man. When it comes to, a lot of people want to be famous. A lot of people don't even care about the money. They just want to be famous. You know what I mean? So, not saying that's Kanye West, you know what I mean? But, you know, the things that he's been putting in his music early on in his career and in the middle of his career, like some of his music, like, I bought all of Kanye's albums, you know what I'm saying? CDs, you know what I'm saying? I was a fan of Kanye. I still think Kanye is dope musically, you know what I'm saying? And this doesn't take away from him musically because I still listen to Michael Jackson. I still listen to R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? These guys are geniuses when it comes to production, music, vocals. I mean, these songwriting. These guys are geniuses in their field of work. These guys are geniuses. You know, they were saying stuff like R. Kelly will make a hit song in a matter of like 5-10 minutes. Like, but again, man, it's sad, man. It's sad to see people like R. Kelly in prison. It's sad to see people like Kanye West mentally deteriorating, and all people can do is talk about him negatively and say this, that, and the third about him instead of saying and stopping and thinking like, well, maybe this dude got a mental problem, man. Maybe this dude went through some you know, some things as a child that he never told anybody, never put out to the public. Well, he just did, man, with the cousin, man. I'm not going to even repeat that. But we all know what he said about the cousin and all that. Now, you got to ask yourself, is this something that he's just saying to get attention on himself? Is he having just another mental episode? Or is this some real stuff that he really did as a child? Who knows? Know what I'm saying? Who knows, man? Only Kanye know, man. But when pain comes, the light comes and the truth comes out. A lot of times when people are in pain or have been suffering through something mentally, they lash out. You know what I'm saying? They lash out a lot of times with the truth. So is this something, you know, that Kanye is lashing out with the truth? I don't know. It could be. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I feel like the beginning point with Kanye West all started with Sway. And Sway was asking him some questions about the fashion industry. How come he don't start his own fashion company, this, that, and the third. But Sway didn't understand the magnitude on how hard it is to break through a fashion industry that do not want you in the fashion industry. So Kanye bursted out, you know what I'm saying? Out of frustration. Because we don't know what it takes to bust through the fashion industry, what you got to do. Not only that, the fashion industry don't want people that look like him in the fashion industry. It's a certain group of people that are in that sector of fashion, that sector of business. They're not gonna let certain people in. It's just the way it goes. It's like being a part of a it's like being part of like a club. You know what I'm saying? you're a part of this club. Only a certain type of people can come in this club, and that's it. You know, like a biker club. Not everybody can join a biker club. You got to be a certain type of biker in certain clubs. So it's the same way in the fashion industry. You know what I'm saying? They're only going to allow a certain type of people in the fashion industry. That's just the way it is. It's been like that forever. So who knows what Kanye has been through as a child and what he continues to go through to keep his status as a mogul of somewhat a billionaire. There's no telling what he did to get to that point, man. You know what I'm saying? And now it's at to the point to where it's tearing down his mental. You know what I'm saying? Because he probably did some things that go against his moral code. You dig? And I think that's what he's fighting with. This is just my opinion of what I think. I don't know. Leave your comments, people. Tell me what you think. What is going on with Kanye, man? You know, I seen an interview when he was wearing the KKK stuff, and you know, like I said, Kanye West, Shannon Sharp. You know, every year it just seemed like these cats are fighting something and they're getting worse, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharp, man. I don't know how the hell you. I don't know, but like I was telling my wife, just because you got supposedly millions or billions of dollars, don't make you smart or have common sense. I'm not gonna say smart. Don't make you have common sense. You know, a lot of times people can be highly intelligent but don't have common sense. I've seen people like that all the time, and like you be sitting there like, dang, like what is wrong with these people? You got this, that, and the third, and you doing all this crazy stuff. We know you're not dumb, but the common stuff you struggle with. And Shannon Sharp and Kanye West, they struggle with the basic common stuff that the everyday person can pick up and figure it out fast. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. Like, you can have people that's highly intelligent, book smart, can tell you about this, that, and this, book wise, but when it comes to common sense, simple stuff, common or peeping game that somebody's trying to play them, they cannot process that. You know what I'm saying? Because their world was always boxed in. You dig? So Kanye West, man, Shannon Sharp, man, guys, again, go get some help. Go get some help. Whatever you dealing with from your childhood, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you dealing with, man, go get some help and stay consistent with the help. And I think you'll see a better Kanye West and a better Shannon Sharp. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, it's about your mental health. It's about your overall health. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff is not important. Because if you don't have mental health, you don't have overall health, I mean, how can you enjoy the things that you work so hard for? Man, that's my take about this, man. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe to the channel, man. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button. And, guys, leave your comments. Tell me what you think about Kanye West. Even Shannon Sharp, you want to leave a comment on that, please. Leave your comments below, man, and I'll take my time to read each and every comment. Peace.